Cody Gunther got its next layer in storytelling, and Jacob Fatu delivered the emotional warning shot of the night. So let's get into it. Welcome to the T-Drop Strong Brew No Salt Behavior. We are going over my top 3 SmackDown moments of May 2026. Perhaps one of the weirdest SmackDown yet. And in case you guys wondering, and you can drop after the 30 seconds, I am not covering the gingerbread man. I'm not in this. He's not in the list, guys. I'm trying to cover the top 3 moments. That wasn't top. That was garbage. I told you guys last week that what they did the week before was fine if it meant they were gonna make Trick Williams focus into becoming the champion he should be. And they didn't by making this funeral. I thought it was gonna be a simple 10-bell salute. They made it into a whole fucking ass night segment. No, it wasn't great. It was stupid. No. So we're not covering it. So you guys can go watch it yourself. The funniest thing though, and I posted it on my Instagram, is the fact that they story told that the gingerbread man was a streamer, which was a reactionary streamer, which I thought was hilarious and probably weird given the week that's been when it comes to content creators. But okay. Anyway, let's get to moment number 3. Moment number 3, Jade Cargill returns and the fatal influence goes over. So we're going to start with the women's division because SmackDown just threw a lot of moving pieces on the board on one situation. Fatal influence, JC Jane, Alan Henley, and Lainey Reed had their SmackDown in-ring debut against Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. And on paper, that is a major test. You are not easing fatal influence into the division. You are putting them across from 3 established names immediately. That tells you WWE is trying to position this group as more than just NXT call-ups getting TV time. The match itself was decent. Fatal influence worked like a unit. Isolated opponents, used quick tags, and got to show that their strength is in numbers. But the real moment came when Jade Cargill returned. Just when Alexa Bliss looked like she could get something going, Jade appeared and attacked Rhea Ripley on the apron. That opened the door for JC Jane to hit the rolling encore on Bliss and get the win. That is not a small result. Fatal influence beat the 3 of the biggest women in that roster right now. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss in their SmackDown team debut match. Yes, Jade's return helped. And yes, there was chaos. And of course, it was not clean. But heels do heel things. The important part is the result. Fatal influence left with the win. Then after the match, everything got even busier. Jade stood down. Fatal influence, Mission, and BFAB came out. Charlotte and Bliss got attacked. Rhea tried to fight back and Jade laid her out too. So now, SmackDown has fatal influence. They have Jade's group and the irresistible forces all operating in similar 3 women faction lanes that can be a little exciting. But it can also get very samey very fast. So the women's division just got reshuffled in one night. Jade Cargill's return was not a celebration, it was an aggressive moment. Fatal influence getting a win over that caliber of team tells you WWE wants them protected. But SmackDown has to be careful when every women's story becomes 3-person heel groups, attacks people, the impact starts to blur. We've seen it before. Now let me know, did Jade's return make the division hotter, or is SmackDown already overcrowded the women's faction scene already? Let me know in the comments as we move to moment number 2. Heymon playing chess while Gunther becomes part of SmackDown for Clash in Italy. Moment 2 is Paul Heyman, Gunther, and Cody Rhodes. And this is where SmackDown gave us long-term intrigue. Earlier in the show, Paul Heyman walks into Nick Aldis' office. Aldis has a contract ready. Gunther enters. Heyman hands him the contract. And Aldis makes it clear that what Gunther did to Cody Rhodes last week was unacceptable. Aldis also wants Gunther on SmackDown. That alone is interesting. Gunther is not begging for a spot. Gunther is not even acting grateful. Gunther is not playing the happy to be here game. He sees himself as one that is above the room. Then Cody Rhodes comes out to the ring, and Gunther gets annoyed because this was supposed to be his time. That little reaction matters. because Gunther already feels disrespected. Sorry. Cody comes out still showing damage around his eye. It's still healing. And he says he wants Gunther now. No waiting, no paper, no corporate setup. Cody says he is cleared. Gunther is here. And they call and he says they can fight tonight. But Heymon steps in. And this is where the segment gets good. Heymon says he is not Gunther's advocate. He is doing Gunther a favor. That wording is important because a paycheck is business. A favor is leverage. A favor means there is history. A favor means there is debt. A favor means somebody is going to collect later. Heymon hands Cody the contract for a WWE Championship match. Not for tonight, not in America, but in Clash in Italy. The hook, Cody has to get Gunther to sign it himself. That is classic Heymon. He does not just deliver information. He creates a problem. Then, of course, Cody, he stops Heymon and starts poking at him. He brings up Brock. He brings up Roman. He brings up Punk. He suggests Heymon might be running out of options. And Heymon drops the line of the night. And it's a good one. He says, sooner or later, they all need a wise man. Or the wise man. It's cold because it's true. It's freaking facts when it comes to everyone in WWE. Everyone wants or eventually needs Paul Heyman. Because Heyman is, at this point, he doesn't look desperate. He's acting like Thanos. He's inevitable. Then Gunther attacks Cody, gets the sleeper. Cody fights him off with the microphone, throws him out, and reminds everyone. On SmackDown, Cody Rhodes is still easy to find and hard to beat. The Heyman-Gunther connection is the sleeper story of so far this year. Heyman calling in a favor, not taking a job, means the relationship between them two has some layer to it. And Cody dismissing Heyman while Heyman still has dangerous people in his orbit, an interesting blind spot. Clash in Italy just became a must-watch for everyone when it comes to this match. Now, in the chat, let me know if Cody's underestimating Heyman, or is Gunther the one walking into Cody's world? Let me know in the comments. As we head into moment number 1. Jacob Fatu promises to burn the family tree down, which is weird because Seth Rollins is the one that burns things down, but okay. Anyway, this was the most important segment of the night. Jacob Fatu opened the show, and this was exactly what the Go Home SmackDown episode needed, but then they ruined it with the damn gingerbread segments. Fatu comes out to a strong reaction and makes one thing clear. At Backlash, he is not fighting Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. He is taking it. An important distinction because Fatu is not asking permission anymore. He is not. And it's the same thing with Oba and Braun Breaker at Raw. He's not even looking for validation from anyone. He doesn't want to be accepted by the bloodline or Roman's world. He is coming to burn everything freaking down when it comes to the bloodline. Fatu talks about being doubted by his own damn family. He says Roman was seen as the future when they were young, while people looked at Fatu like he was nothing. That is the emotional core of the story. Roman was groomed, Roman was chosen, Roman was protected. Suffering succotash. Fatu was doubted. Then the Usos interrupt. And yes, we have seen a lot of the Usos bloodline interruption segment lately, but this one had a purpose because Jimmy and Jay were not just there to stop him. They were there to warn him. Jimmy says that part of him is proud of Fatu. Part of him is rooting for him, but the other part of is looking out for him. Then Jay gives the warning that hits hardest. Jay has walked this road before. He knows what Roman does. Roman does not just beat you. Roman breaks you down emotionally, physically, spiritually. And he does it in front of your family. That is probably the line that gives the segment weight because Jay is not speaking as a cousin. He is speaking as a survivor. He knows what it feels like to stand across from Roman and lose more than a match. Then Jimmy adds the visual. Fatu's wife, his kids, his whole family will be front row. And if Fatu loses, they will have to acknowledge Roman. That is brutal. And then Fatu fires back. He says, hell no. He says he is not losing. He says he cannot lose. Then he turns Jay's history against him. Jay never beat Roman. That is nasty because it's true. Fatu is basically saying, do not warn me about a mountain you've never climbed. And then he closes with the line of that segment. If Jimmy and Jay get involved at Backlash, he will burn the whole family tree down. It's a threat. This is bloodline storytelling at its darkest. Jay's delivery landed because he knows what Roman does to people. But Fatu response landed because he has nothing left to lose. He is not trying to join the bloodline. He's trying to take power from Roman and bring it home to his own family. It's probably the most important 6 minutes of this go home show. And that's why it's number 1. So anyway, SmackDown learned hard or into the stakes this week. The women's division got a full reset with Jade Cargill returning, Fatal Influence winning, and multiple factions throwing bodies everywhere. We have Cody and Gunther got a bigger stage with Clash in Italy, while Paul Heymon reminded everyone that the Wiseman is never just passing through. And Jacob Fatu gave the Roman Reigns match the emotional fire it needed before Backlash. That is the difference between some spectacle match and real life stakes in a wrestling match story. The Gingerbread Man funeral was garbage. It was a little funny, maybe, and it is obviously going to be viral. It's still viral as we speak. Was it necessary? Absolutely not. It wasn't. It was just them showing how great they can do AI, to be honest. How many images they showed that was AI generated? I think it was just them trolling us. I think literally the Gingerbread Man is here to troll the whole IWC that is very hard on making sure that WWE does right with wrestling and story. But anyway, the Fatu's family warning is probably one of the best lines, along with Heyman's, and Fatal Influence is just skyrocketing. Their stock is keep rising, so you definitely want to watch them. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. What is your top moments for SmackDown this week? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if the tea hit right, hit the like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.